Hi folks, in this video we'll have a look at adding cameras to your scenes and animating the cameras so you can create nice moving recordings of your animations. So you can see in this view I've got my animation sort of playing with the ball rotating around the main sphere in the middle, but I've also got a camera, you can see it here, panning around and recording my scene as it moves. So if I just click on this one, so this becomes the live panel, you can see what the camera's seeing. So you can see as the camera's moving through the scene, it's recording that animation. So I can start to create some nice interesting video renders from Maya. Now in order to do this, it's very simple. What you need to do is create a camera. Let's just delete this camera for now. So create a camera in your scene, and then you can keyframe that camera movement and where that camera is looking, and get some nice results. So to create a camera, you just come to create cameras. I'm just going to click camera, and we can see that we've got a camera in the scene now. So I can move this about just like any other object. And a nice trick to do is actually have the camera view so you can see what the camera's actually seeing. So what you do, I mean, I've got this set up with just 2x2 setup here. So I've got my perspective view and then just one orthographic view here. I'm going to change this and make it so I can see what the camera's seeing. So you go to perspective and you'll see camera 1 appears. So this is what the camera's seeing. So if I move the camera, you can see it's affecting the viewport. But also if I move the viewport in here, you can see how the camera jumps as well. So you can actually be moving the camera sort of in here and getting the shot that you want, frame up the shot as you would want it, and it will move the camera as well. So it's two different ways of doing it. You can keyframe this by moving it in here, or what I like to do is actually move the view. So I'm actually moving the camera almost like a director, I'm moving and positioning the camera where I want by looking through the lens, and then that's making the movement myself for me. So let's say, I don't know, if we just hit play so we can kind of see what's happening with this. So maybe what I want is to have this as my starting view. So all I would do is with the camera selected, I'd hit S, and that's going to add a keyframe for me. And then let's move it on to, it's quite a bit, I don't want the camera to be moving that much, I want it to be quite steady. So let's move it around a bit, just rotate it around and maybe just zoom out a little bit, and hit S. Okay, so let's see what happens. So you can see it's not quite right, it's not quite nice. And that can happen, if you're doing things and you're not making adjustments as you go, it can start to mess up. So let's skip it on a bit, move it here, hit S. As I'm kind of coming over, I'll hit S there. Hit S. Right, that'll do for now. So I hit play. You can see the camera's kind of moving around my sphere, zooming out and following the movement of where I want the camera to go. Long, smooth options work better. If you click on scenes, you'll see that it stops moving in this view and we start to see the camera move in this view. It doesn't mean that the animation's disappeared, it just means that this is the live panel. So this is what we're seeing animated, and you can see the camera move about and record our scene as almost like it's a director sort of panning around the action. If I click back on this, you'll see that this one freezes, and now I'm seeing that movement again. And the same things apply, you know, if you wanted to make adjustments to any of this and you're not happy with the movement, how it speeds up and slows down, you can always go to the graph editor. Oh, my mouse is really messing up. And see what's happening with the, if I just pause it so we can see it. See what's happening with the camera. So you can see how you might want to change some of these movements. If I just do the F so I can see all of that, and make adjustments to these, smooth them out if I want, I can do that as well. Okay, cool. Next video, what we'll do is look at recording footage out of Maya.